What's up everybody, it's Robin Gaming here. So No Man's Sky is of course a game with quite some anticipation behind it. I think that's to say the least. That being said, Sean Murray actually yesterday finally announced the actual fact that No Man's Sky has gone gold. What that means is that the game is now finished and it is gonna meet its release date of August 9th. You know, we've been promised many certain time frames and stuff, and the game kept being delayed unfortunately, but now it is finally coming. The game is finished and it's going to meet that actual release date, which of course is awesome because we are all going to be able to play the game very soon. At the same time, what I kind of wanted this video to be about is, I guess you could kind of call it a warning, but at the same time it's more like my personal opinion on it and why exactly I myself am still remaining quite skeptical. I am not necessarily, maybe not looking forward to it is the wrong way to say it, because I am very interested in the game and I do really want to play it and see for myself if it's going to be any good. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, but what I've realized over the months that we've seen, and years even, that we've seen footage of the game, is that it's probably simply not going to be for me. You know, what we've seen so far with all the gameplay that they showed us and the information that they gave us is that in the comment section on YouTube and on Twitter and stuff, people would keep asking the same kind of question all over again, which is simply, what do you actually do in No Man's Sky? And I think the reason that people kept asking that is simply that they think the game is going to offer more than right now what they've shown us. But the exact answer to that question is that no, there is not going to be more than what they've shown us. What we've seen right now is literally what we are going to get. And once again, that's not bad, because this is the thing. What the game does very well right now, what they've been telling us, is that all the planets, you know, this developer, right? It's only a team of about 10 people, I think, right now, maybe a little more than that. What they were able to do is they made this formula that is able to generate all these millions of planets in front of you, and that's awesome. You know, everything is randomly generated, from the planets to the creatures inhabiting the planets to the weather conditions and everything like that. That's all randomly generated, meaning that people are going to be finding different planets. Everybody will be able to do that and find planets that simply nobody else is going to explore, and that's awesome. You know, that's very, very well done. Of course, graphically it doesn't look the best. I mean, the textures are really blurry, but for what the game is doing out there, I think that's kind of understandable. It looks like it's still going to be in 60 frames as well, so I'm not gonna blame that too much. And graphically, I mean, it doesn't have to look amazing, but yeah, it definitely doesn't look that great. Graphically speaking, but you know, just that simple fact of all these planets being randomly generated around you is awesome. Now, this is my thing, is in terms of that exploration, some people are going to really like that. For me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of just exploration, you know, that's just me. I don't like doing that, and I feel like, or I do like doing it to a certain extent, but at a certain point in time, after a couple of hours, that's going to get boring. And what you do have to realize is that even though there are going to be different planets all the time, it's all going to start looking the same to a certain extent, because you can only get so many jungle planets or snowy planets, or, you know, think of any certain setting, and it's all going to start looking the same at some certain point, right? Which is why I personally feel that after a couple of hours, you've basically seen everything, and although you're gonna find new planets out there, yeah, it's gonna start looking very alike to what you've already seen so far. So what is going to keep you playing a game is obviously the gameplay, and that's exactly where No Man's Sky isn't really looking to offer much that is going to be very interesting or worthwhile playing for a long time. Because so far what we've seen is, yeah, you can name planets and animals, and is that going to be fun for a long time? I don't really know. There's a trading system out there that's looking to be quite complicated, could be cool, but that's not personally why I play a game. And then in terms of the combat that's there and the action really that there's to it, it seems really basic. It's like, oh yeah, you can walk around on this planet and then you can shoot certain things if you want to, and what that does is it increases your wanted level, meaning that there's going to be all these droids chasing you, and as you shoot them, the wanted level is going to be increased even more and more, so you get more, you know, things chasing you and stuff, and you just keep shooting it until the point where you basically die. That's like all we're seeing right now. In terms of space battles, it's exactly like that. There is nothing complicated to it, or no systems where it's like, oh, this is going to get really deep or advanced advanced or something. No, it's super basic and it's looking to kind of wear off after a very short time. And that's kind of what I wanted to, you know, to kind of warn you for, I guess, is that the game is going to cost $60, and I do think you're really gonna have to wait for reviews to see if this game is going to give you, you know, what you want out of a game. Because for me personally, the way I look at it is that I think this game is simply going to get boring to me after a couple of hours. And you know, I am gonna give it a chance and I want it to be really good. I hope the game is going to surprise me, you know. I have no reason to hate on the game right now at all. I don't want to do that. I'm simply saying what I think of the game at the moment and what I'm expecting. And I am simply lowering my expectations because I don't feel the game is going to you know, deliver what I personally want from a video game. And I think the same could count for many people out there because of how much people are looking forward to the game right now. All I'm saying is be very careful with what you simply want out of a game and if it's actually going to deliver that, because I feel many people right now, you know, with their excitement levels are simply not going to get what they want, which, you know, yes, ultimately what I wanted to share with you in this video. That being said, it's coming out August 9th, I'm gonna be playing it and giving you a review, of course, and then, yeah, you'll hear from me if I'm actually going to be surprised or not by what it actually will offer us. So, with that being said, I hope you can kind of understand where I was coming from with this video. Let me know in the comments, of course, if you're looking forward to the game and what you are expecting from it. And then for now, thanks a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.